Hey there all, hope you're doing well today. So today I wanted to work on a couple of things. I wanted to show you what I've been doing in the Nether, but on top of that, I wanted to work on the storage area that we talked about. I've kind of roughed it out in my head as far as what I want to do down there, but there's a lot of, well, finessing that has to be done in the base to actually work on the, well, making it functional and making it pretty. Because right now I'm trying to figure out exactly how to space everything to go, like, lead nicely down in that direction, and yeah, it's gonna be interesting. But that's gonna be the main focus for today, is to work on the storage, but I also just wanted to kind of show you what's been going on in the Nether and how I've been taking care of that, and then I will also show you that where I'm at right now. And my ultimate goal will be able to upgrade in the next episode or two. But it's going to require quite a bit of off-camera work to get the tunnels finished. So it's going to be interesting. This is when I really wish I had hoppers. It would be so nice. But that's not for a while, so might just have to make a very long line of furnaces or something. I don't really know. Either way. With that said, thought I would just show you a bit of the B-roll of what I did. You know, roughly. I did learn that it's a good thing that we switched from using the wood in the Nether to, you know, non-flammable things. Because when I actually spent a significant amount of time in the Nether, yeah, the wood started to catch fire. And like half of the road got just gone. So, it's a good thing we're switching to non-flammable stuff. But otherwise, it was nothing too eventful. A few ghast tried to kill me, but I just swatted back their fireballs and took them out, and otherwise got that done. But let's hop back in and I'll show you where we're at in the, you know, actual build at the moment, and kind of go over my future plans for stuff. So, let's hop in. Alrighty, so I recorded an entire thing going through and explaining stuff down in that direction, talking about the storage room, and well, the footage got weird and lost the audio, so we're gonna have to do something a little different for that. But I want to show you what I have for the Nether hub so far. Alright, so here it is, what I've gotten so far. I will say it's kind of surreal seeing, having this, no lie. And since I don't really have glass at the moment, we went with more of a jail feel, you know. They're free out there in hell and I'm stuck in here. So I guess who's the real prisoner? Oh, right. So the bottleneck right now is, quite honestly, a bit of both. Bricks and the stone brick. Because depending on how I want to do this, which so far is just kind of copying that style. However, since, for example, we have, like, this part opens up to this, and you can kind of see what's going on out there. This part, you know, doesn't. So, the question becomes, do I continue this pattern all the way down, even for parts that don't need a window? Because, I mean, there's no point to putting iron bars here when you can't see anything. But here might be okay, just, you know, something a little more visual, I guess. Which will probably end up being the case for the simple fact of simplicity, I think. Yeah, I've done quite a bit. Right now it's just waiting for more stone to melt and so I can get the stone brick. But I like this idea here. A little bit of a, you know, archway going on. Now in my original world, this was a bit taller, and I had, logs going, like, feeding the way through, so. But since right now logs do not change their orientation, doesn't really matter. But I think what we would do is have this go all the way down, and I think we would just block off the parts that, you know, you can't see. I just don't see the point in trying to dig all that out to, yeah. And it would save me on spacing annoyances, I guess. But yeah, so it's coming along pretty well. And honestly, if I can get some more stone a bit quicker, which I think the only way I can do that is probably through, I mean, I could do an auto or a cobble generator, but that's about the extent of it. Alrighty, so before we head down to the storage room and I show you the, the end result, I'll take you back in time and show you some footage and walk you through what was going on pre this point. So, check that out, and I will see you in the finished, well, finished-ish area. Alright, so first let's put down the nicer looking stone for now. I'll of course be probably tearing it up later, but I'm not going to really worry too much. Alright, so I'm thinking in here, I don't think I want to remove this. I'm torn. But for now, let's put... I just want to have a rough scope of what things might look like. Now, I think that looks okay. Now, one thing I did want to not do in the future when it comes to this world in general is I don't want to have it where basically I go back and upgrade, old farms. So for example, with the spawners that have been located so far, I don't want to go back and like improve them to make them, more efficient. Because what I want to do is basically anytime that, say, the water bubbles, when they get thrown in, when we get to that update, we are forced to go and actually make a new farm, whether it's, whatever the case may be, use a spawner that we haven't already turned into a farm, or whatever the case may call for. So I might make an exception for something like this, where instead of building like a whole new furnace, furnace storage room we can upgrade with mine carts and hoppers, just to make it a little more efficient here, but we're not going to like expand the entire thing and make it super automated and everything like that. But just a little quality of life improvement. I think that's still fair. So just to get a rough idea, now the dirt would definitely go. It would go and be replaced with regular stone or something else, but I definitely don't care for having dirt visible if I can help it. Okay. So this is the idea, which has been pretty well, established, I think. We're going to have the smelting area over there. Does this lead anywhere? I can't remember. Yes, it goes this direction. Okay. So that is a future thing, nothing to really worry about right now. And that is just fine. And this way goes to deeper in. Okay, cool. And then we have this area up there. Gotcha. I did see this, but I think that, yeah, that just connects to up there. So a little drop down for, if the event calls. Now, I don't think I want to have the the grass with the wood border in this area. I mean, the downside is that right now there's not a whole lot of options other than like wood planks and stone. And brick, but I'm already farming all the brick for the nether hub, so I don't want to have to farm more for the storage room. I really don't. So let's do... I think just stone and wood is going to make sense, or is going to look fine. So we may not bring in the grass all the way down here, but it wouldn't hurt to have a grass block nearby, just in case we want to extend it out. So I think what we'll do I do like the having a distinguished path for sure. If we do something like this. So we have this going up like this. I feel like it should be bigger. Okay. So let's fill in some of these holes and kind of work out where things might go. So for starters, like I said, no dirt. Now, I'm thinking spruce. Spruce somewhere in the mix. It just feels right. So I like the look. But the question is, do we put just below? Or do we do something else? First, I want to empty my freaking inventory because it's going to drive me mad. I'll eventually have to do an actual organizing inventory stuff in the future, but we're not going to worry about that. So do we want the chests stacked like that, or do we want something else? But I'm just unsure of how I want to do storage at the moment. Now in the future, I have much bigger plans for everything, but I'm trying to keep myself from going too cuckoo crazy pants. We're gonna need more storage. So 4 chests definitely wouldn't do it. Logically, it definitely makes sense to do, you know, stacking them. As far as labeling goes, the only thing I could think of would be to basically keep the bulk items in the middle. So stone, dirt, stone and dirt, and probably the, 3 woods. And then we can label the top and middle stuff, because what I think I want to do, I don't have any, so we'll have to make a few. If we do something like this, we can have those, but I don't think it works there. Could try some hidden lighting. Lanterns underneath some leaves, I guess. Could be an option, but I don't know where they would go. Yeah, the longer I look at this, I don't like that like that. So we could do slabs. We slab this area. Could be the answer to our problem. Alright, so that's not a bad idea. Well, I think that would be okay. We put something behind those. Could try nether brick, but I don't think that would really look that great. The color might work kind of well with it being a background, but I don't think it would really... I think it would clash too much. I don't know if that's the exact word I'm looking for, but it's the first one that came to mind. Yeah. So I think... Alright, so let's make a bunch more slabs. So if we do that, we would bring it out to here. So we would come down here, turn around, bam. That works. That's a nice little deal. And it lets us go into this direction. And then down here would be actually easy, honestly. So the question becomes, is it just a full-on wood room? Is that what we're going for here? Because we could put... I'm trying to not change the cave too much, but kind of feels like it's inevitable, you know? Like, I still want to keep the cave feel, so I don't want to change everything, but I don't know. Feels like a fine line that I'm trying to walk here. Alright, so let's slab this entire floor, just to kind of get a rough idea. If we do something like this, we need to break this. Could do something like that. My inventory is... Oh. It sticks out so much, though. I mean, you could try... I don't think that'll work, though. Yeah, nope. Pistons let light through. Could use that. I don't know if they... I'm pretty sure they fixed that later, but... right now, that could actually be okay. Using pistons for decoration instead of pistoning. That sounds about right. And it's got a nice pattern, honestly. I mean, I feel like... Let's get rid of this. Let's do the same thing on this side. Actually... Decisions. Instead of the piston there, we could just put the leaves going down to the bottom. Could make the entire wall leaves. That is an option. Let's do a quick testarino here, shall we? Now on fancy graphics, you can actually see through the leaves, I believe, if I remember correctly. Am I right? Let's do a quick test. Yeah, a bit. So what we can do with that... well, we can literally just put stone brick behind them. I think that would work fine. Okay, for my own sanity, or what's left of it. Now, I don't think comparators are in the game yet, since I think comparators need quartz, but I think repeaters are in the game. Or, repeaters are in the game. I don't think comparators are in the game until quartz comes into play. Because I'm pretty sure there is a way to detect when the things are empty, so you can have like a redstone light pop up. I am not a redstone guy, but I hope that through this series, I want to improve, so that'll be fun. That actually works surprisingly well. So I'm going to play around with this a bit and get a few things rocking and rolling, and I'll bring you back and kind of show you my thinking and things like that. Because I have ideas. Alrighty, so here we are. So I still have a few suggestions for myself. One being some sort of water feature. I remember in the beginning I mentioned that we could use this area up here as a way to do like a fake river starting point and have it, you know, maybe flow down through somewhere somehow. I just feels like something is missing outside of quite a few things. But I like how this looks. I kind of went with a slab theme going on here. And behind here, I switched it up. I have stone brick, and on this side I have the wood. I'm leaning towards the wood because it just gives, I don't know, it just feels like it adds more depth to it. I don't exactly know. I feel like I like the wood more. We shall see. I'll keep it up for a bit and let it marinate. However, honestly, we probably won't actually see a whole lot of it if we're going to be completely honest with ourselves. Okay, so the obvious problem is that I would need slabs above this. I mean, technically we could just remove these and just replace those with those. I don't know, it still feels off. We'll probably do something with the ceiling here. But right now I'm just trying to kind of keep it fairly simplistic. So for now, we'll leave that there as a little test to see which one tickles my fancy more, whether just going nothing above or what. But for the most part, I'm pretty happy with this. I like this little area down here. Now, I was thinking one of two things. Either A, we can have... Now, one option is to have this be like a waterfall. So we have the water coming from the top there, and then it comes flowing into here, and then we can even have it kind of flow out somehow, or just kind of like hang out over here, kind of a deal. Or we keep it how it is as a, I'm not sure if we would put maybe valuables there or bulk storage for certain things. Not exactly sure. But it's like screaming something. I feel like the water feature is probably what I would go with, but if you have any suggestions, let me know. So I'm going to be thinking about this one for a bit. Now over here, there's not a whole lot that, you know, really can be done, to be honest. We can throw in some more of the spruce, maybe in the corners here, just for a little pop of color, I guess. Which I think that works. Okay. Might raise this roof by 1. Now the question is, what do we do with these? Would it be weird to have an entire, like, trim of wood? I guess technically that's what molding is in current houses, so probably not. I need this cobble. Give me the cobble. This is probably going to be too much, I feel, but I won't know unless I see it for myself. Well, I don't instantly hate it, so that's a plus. I think we'll keep it for now. So what if we go the extra mile? I guess the question is, how much do I want to change of the area? Because I mean, yeah, I think I'm holding too strong on the don't change the cave when, I mean, we're gonna know we're in a cave. Not hiding that fact. I'm not sure. Like, we've used stone brick a whole bunch, but there's not a whole lot of options with stuff that look good. I mean, nether brick can look okay, but I don't think I can actually smelt netherrack yet. I have to get the pure form of the nether brick. So I do like the logs. I do like that. The border I'm 50-50 on, but we're gonna keep that there for now. I feel like there should be something on the background. The only thing that comes to mind is... Oh, right, but overall I actually am really quite... Alrighty, but overall I am quite happy with how things are looking. I'm gonna hold on to this idea for a bit, because I feel like there's just something missing. Like in the future I can see multiple ways that we can decorate all of this. But... Oh, does that work? That feels like it works. I think. Yeah. I'll just leave it for now because it's not gonna be good if I just keep messing with everything. But we also have some hidden lighting behind here, some pumpkins back there, and of course the pumpkins we have over here hidden in the corners, which I think give a nice glow to it. But awesome. Now, yeah, there's a lot of things I definitely want to do, but definitely I need to finish up the Nether hub, which is going to be my main focus, which is going to be going to require me to do quite a bit of things. Actually, Since I'm kind of running out of ideas for this, what we can do is go to the mines. I want to mess around a little bit in the mines because I want to kind of go through a couple ideas I've had. This sheep has still not regrown their wool. I'm pretty sure in 1.0 or 1.1 it actually gets fixed. Oh, right. So we've seen this before, which I am still incredibly happy about. Oh, bloody hell, I forgot that I actually used brick in here. Oh, this is gonna suck. Okay, so... nerds. So the problem is that since we're going down, there's not a whole lot... Now, if I had been, like, thinking really ahead, I would do... or I would have done, like, spaced out everything so that way it all lined up just right. So we could just copy that, but it doesn't always work like that, like for here. I think maybe we go in one more. You could just do something like this. And then put stairs, I guess? I don't think that really works when you have something like that. What if we do... I don't know, I'm not sure I'm a big fan of that. This may not be as easy as I was hoping. Now, I mean, if we really want to go simple, we can just do this. So, I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. Just a lot of stone, but... I mean, there's worse things to happen. Okay, I'm gonna have to think about both of them. I mean, it's the mine, so it's not like it needs to be that pretty. I definitely like this. Like, I love this whole thing, but going down, I don't think we need all of this. So yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll just kind of think about what I'm going for. If we just want to smooth out all of these with some stone brick. There's just so much stone brick. But yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to have a think about this. But overall, I am happy with the progress that we've gotten so far. And especially on the Nether Hub. It's still gonna definitely be a lot, because I've been in the mines for quite a while, trying to farm up some stone. But I think that is gonna do it for today. And in the next episode, my goal is to have the Nether Hub done. Or mostly done, I should say, just in case. And then have kind of just a better design idea going forward. Because, like I say, I really want to get onto 1.1. But that is going to do it for today. Hopefully you did enjoy. Thanks for checking it out. And please, do take care of yourself. See you in the next one.